Yo, hello guys. So today I'm going to share some tips for long ball counter playing style. Alright, so the first thing that you need to know is the formation, alright? Basically, the best formation in my opinion is 4-3-3 because you have 3 targets for the counter attack. But this depends on you because if you have 3 targets up top, you only have 7 players behind to win the ball back. For long ball counter, it's all about winning the ball back in your half, alright? To go on a counter attack. So, if you have more defenders, it makes things easier for you to win the ball back, but it makes it harder to go on a counter attack because you only have 1 player up top there. So, it depends on you. I suggest try with 3 at the top first. If you can win the ball back easily, then use it 4-3-3. If not, use 4-4-2. My opinion is the balanced one is 4-4-2. Don't use 4-5-1. Alright? Use 4-4-2. If you can't use 4-3-3. Okay, so with 4-4-2, if you play blue mentality, then one of the forward will drop down. So you will have 4-5-1. If it's harder for you to win the ball back, you can use blue mentality to bring one of the forward down. Okay? And if you play with 4-3-3, if you play blue, then one of the wing will go down. Either Sancho or Mbappe here. Alright? That means you can still play 4-4-2 if you play 4-3-3 with blue mentality. But in my opinion, it's better to play with 4-4-2 because you can play with blue and have 5 players, which make it harder for the opponent to attack you and make it easier for you to win the ball back. And then when you win the ball back, you can switch back to white or red to push the winger forward again. So you have 4-4-2 again. Okay? So that's the 2 tips that you should know. The numbers of forward and the mentality. When the opponents attack, try to use 2 CF setup at the top here. Okay, if you play 4-3-3, then play blue. You have 4-4-2. If you already play 4-4-2, then depends on you whether you want to use blue, or you have 5, or just white. Then you have 2 at the top here. Okay, so the next tip is to use box to box for your midfielder. The main reason why is because they are jack of all trades. Their stats is all spread out. They are very good defenders, and they have good stamina to run up and down. They have good speed, and they have decent finishing. 71 there, Barella, Kante 65. Okay, you can also use orchestrator, but orchestrator usually tend to be slower. But Kimmich here is decent, I guess. The speed is 76.82, so he's slower than Kante here. And Barella, so usually slower than box to box, but still decent. Orchestrator. In my opinion, better to use orchestrator and box to box instead of anchorman, because your main idea is to attack through the running players when you do the counter attack. Okay? Instead of the anchorman just staying behind. So, for the defensive duties, you want to use defensive fullback. Okay, so we have 2 defensive fullback here, staying behind, and then this 3 CM also push forward during the counter attack, and the swingers. Okay, so you have like that. Of course, if you play on this left side, then the fullback will join too. If you play on this side, then the right back will join. Okay, so where you have the ball is where the fullback will push. On the other side, it will stay behind. Okay, that's how defensive fullback work. Alright. So as I said, use box to box because they are good defenders to win the ball back, but they also fast enough to go forward to support your counter attack. Ideally, you want to pass the ball quickly to the CF here and try to shoot it yourself. Okay, work it yourself with these 2, with the wingers. You can wait for the box to box to run forward for the spot and shoot the ball. So very straightforward for long ball counter, but you have to be good defending in this game. You have to be good during defense phase. Okay, so I show you guys 4-4-2 here instead of 4-3-3. Let's see what happened in the game. So yeah, you can put offensive on Sancho if you want, so that during attack he can go forward straight away. And if you want to put counter target, you can too, especially if you play with 4-3-3. Let's say if you play 4-3-3 here, if you play blue, then if Sancho drop down, so you do not want Sancho to drop down, you can put counter target on him. So whenever you play blue, then either Mbappe or Torres will go down instead of Sancho. Or you can also put counter target on both the winger, so that when you play blue, the CF will drop down. This is useful if you play like a deep line forward. So it goes down here, then you have the wider area. So when you win the ball back, you can give the ball wide. Okay. So when you go on the counter attack, when you go run through the wing, you have the CF, the AMF, then you can do a cutback. So that's one thing that you can do with counter target on the winger. But make it simple here. Sancho down here. Right, just offensive on him only. You can also put defensive on the fullback if you want. If you do not want them to go forward. But yeah, usually you do not want the fullback to run forward because you want to be as quick as possible with the counter attack. For this one, so usually with long ball counter, you have the option for the tight marking. So you can also use man marking on the fullback to the wingers if you want. And that is it the correct one? Left back to the left wing, right? Is it? Left back, left wing. No, it's supposed to be right wing. It's the opposite sides, right? Man marking. Forward. Left wing. You can do that too if you want. Also, you can use tight marking on the CF if you want. Of course, on the winger also can work too. Depends on you. Let's try with man marking first in the first half. Alright, that is it. Let's get into the game. We're playing against USA here, who do not have official names. Let me quickly add their sound here. I actually have covered all playing style before, but maybe there's some new subscribers who could not find the video, so yeah. So basically here you can see the players drop down here into the box. It's very deep, so you want to go on the counter. So ideal attack is a counter attack. You want the opponents to attack you. Alright, so just wait. So this is not good in my opinion if you play like against back passer. So maybe you want to have a sub tactic with quick counter if the opponent play back passing. Alright, now for the counter attack, you want to go quickly or switch to red mentality. Alright, so you want fast winger. Oh, didn't score it, Mbappe. So you want fast player for your forwards. Ideally a goal poacher, prolific winger, so they stay wide. In my opinion, it's good to have a wide player instead of playing 2 CF. Okay, so that it won't be congested. Drag, separate the center back and the full back a little bit. Okay, so Mbappe speed 90 plus dribbling, yeah, so it's good to have Mbappe in the team. Torres is not that fast, but still okay. In my opinion, 86, 85. What I want to show, oh, I want to show the replay there. Alright. So when you win the ball back, quickly go on red mentality, so that they push the players forward. Obviously, already with long ball counter, when you want the ball back, they will run forward. But if you play white or blue, sometimes the CMF will just run maybe just outside the box. So if you play red, they will run into the box. So you have more aggressiveness in the run. So try to switch to red when you go on a counter attack. Try to spot the through pass opportunity there. Alright, over the crossbar. So during defense, switch to back to white or blue. Okay. If you play blue, you can see there Mbappe dropping down. So you have 5 players in midfield. So more compact. Okay. Alright. Switch quickly to red. Then we have Sancho. Alright, that is it. The long ball counter. Very quick. Alright. Very nice. Let's see that again. This is on legend difficulty, yeah? So the AI is a bit aggressive, making it easier to give a true pass. Alright, so I want the ball there, right? With the header. And then I quickly switch to red. So you have to practice it a bit to switch to red during counter attack. During the transition, it's a bit tough in my opinion to do it quickly. So yeah, you can see there having a white player, very useful. Alright, instead of having 2CF. Because if you have 2CF, then you don't have that outlet there on the wider area, which you can use to drag. You can see the center back, because legend difficulty is very reactive, very aggressive. You can see the go to cover him, giving the space. If the center back down there covered, then I have one guy down there. I think it was Kimmich, right? Mbappe is not there, but Kimmich making the run forward. As I said, using a orchestrator and box to box is better than anchorman, because anchorman will stay behind. So it's better to have more option for your counter attack, because fullback is a little bit deeper, right? Alright, so we have to be quick. You have to be quick before the it's called the opponent set it back. So that was slow in my opinion. Alright, so you have to be quick switching to attacking. Alright, you can see that making the run, the support. You have the wider area. Nah, I cannot. Alright, so you have to be quick. You don't want to play possession. Alright, switch to red. 1-2. And no. Okay. So this is a very straightforward tactic. Long ball counter. Of course you can play possession game with long ball counter. It is not the effective one. Alright. Now we switch to blue, so that we have 4-5-1. Alright, I usually like to play one mentality down compared to the opponent. So if the opponents play white, then you play blue. If the opponents play red, then you can play white. Okay, just one down. So since the opponent is playing white now, so we can play blue. In the second half, we'll play white instead of blue. Alright, switch to red, making the run forward quickly. Alright, you can see Sancho making the run. You need fast wingers. You need fast wingers. Okay, take your time. So as you can see, because the player dropped, so a bit hard if the opponents just pass the ball at the back. Alright, the box to box. Okay. Couldn't shoot it. It's okay. So make sure to rotate the ball if you can't go forward. If the defender drop quickly. Oh, it's wide. That's open goal. Okay, it's okay. Play blue again. No worries. You see with the fullback marking the winger, making it easier for you to defend the winger. Sharp touch. Oh, nicely done. Sharp touch. Couldn't shoot it. Good luck. Imagine difficulty is so reactive, man. You can see the chances that we have. The kind of chances. It's very straightforward tactic.
There will be 1 minute at
Instead of playing possession, you want to just play quickly. And then play defensively. So if you can't defend, I won't suggest to play like this. Better to use, I don't know, maybe possession game or big counter. But long ball counter, still okay, I guess. If you want to play slowly. Like if you want to play pass the ball like this. Oh no, that's poor. But the effective way to play it is to give a pass forward quickly during counter attack. Alright, where's my CM? Kante. Kante. Oh, hit the post. As you can see, you can still pass the ball around like that. I like Kante because he has double touch for box to box. Alright. Now they will play blue. They will play red. So we can stick with white. That way we have two strikers instead during the counter attack. Easier to counter. Bit harder to win the ball back because you only have 4. Not compact enough, but still okay. In my opinion, 4-4-2 still okay compared to 4-3-3. But because they're playing red, so they're pushing a bit high. So easier for you to attack. Okay. So we want to take advantage of that too. Because they do not have the space between the midfield and the defense is high. Let's see here. Not high, very big in my what I want to say actually. You can see here the midfielder pushing forward because of the red mentality. So you want to take advantage of that space when you counter attack, where you won't be sandwiched. When you go counter attack, you only have to deal with the defensive line instead of the midfield line. So just play with white, or if you want to be a bit daring, can go red too. Alright, you can see very compact. Humble counter. Oh, that's nice. So one thing that you want to do in your team is to have tall center back if you play with long ball counter, because usually it's harder to go through the middle because there's too many players. So usually, oh man, that's poor take by the center back. Usually what's it called, opponent will go through the wider area. It's okay.
After 61 minutes
right.
is number 24. Substitution for
Love
United
it.
States.
Couldn't do a double touch there.
21.
Alright.
Coming
So
on the
ideally you
field
do not
is
want to press.
Number 7.
Okay. Just let them go into your half. Alright. So during the counter attack, play red. Oh, that's a free kick. Do not have a free kick taker. Oh, red card. Oh, that's a poor pass. Right. Ah. 20 minutes left. Can we score at least one more goal with a long ball counter? Just give the ball away.
Number 16.
Play white. Yeah, as I said, with blue it's easier to defend. We concede because we do not play blue during defense. You can see Kante making the run forward there. Ah, so slow with the pass. Yeah, just give the ball back to them. I want to go for a counter-attack goal. Right. Switch to the goalkeeper so that they push the ball forward. Okay, now that they're in our half, we can try to win the ball back. You can see the opponent centre back pushing further. Oh, that's a nice pass. So yeah. Okay. Now we are 3 on 2. Now 2 on 1. Nice. Mbappe. Alright, cover. You see there. Counter attack. But if you play online, usually opponent will put defensive on the fullback, or they play with 3 centre back. So yeah, it's harder if you only have 2 CF. So usually you can get away with 3 CF because they play with 3 centre back, right? And 1 fullback. So usually the they lack 1 player at the top, right? So you can play with 3 forwards instead of 2 forwards if you play online, because you do not need 5 players during defense in the midfield. You can go with 3, or if it's tough for you, just play with blue to bring it back to 4-4-2. You can still have the numerical advantage, but it's harder to do a counter attack because usually you will go against 4 at the back with only 3 forwards during attack. So you want that box to box. You want the midfielder to push forward. You can try whole player too, like the Paul. The Paul has decent defensive stats too, so I think it can work. So you want both the offensive and defensive stats. So in my opinion, box to box is the best for that, for your midfield.
Number 8.
Right.
Coming on the field is number 14.
You can see Barella already making the run forward there. Barella. No, couldn't give it. Torres in the middle. Alright. No. Alright. Go down. Let them try to win the ball back when they cross your line like that. Oh, that's a poor pass. It's just a slow one. It's not true for Mbappe.
There
Alright,
is
like that.
3 minutes added time.
So wide with his weak foot. And you can see the idea, right? Right. I defend. If you want to press up high, it's quite tough because your player is a bit conservative with the pressing. Oh, good save! Sancho couldn't get the final goal. But yeah, that is it. Hopefully these tips, you will find this tip useful. Alright, for long ball counter. Maybe I'll cover the other playing style too. Alright, so with that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.
Please take this opportunity to pay a visit to our official store where memorabilia from today's match are now